Distinguished Chair, High Commissioner for Human Rights, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen. It is both an honor and a privilege to participate in this important discussion on promoting and protecting economic, social and cultural rights, especially in the context of addressing inequalities. As you know, my country, Portugal, has long been advocating for the promotion and protection of social rights as fundamental human rights. This means social rights must be upheld for all individuals, regardless of political or economic context. And this means also that it is so because human dignity is the primary value both in domestic law and international human rights law. Today, I will provide insights from the perspective of a national human rights institution, drawing on the experience of the Portuguese Ombudsman, the experience to highlight challenges, best practices, and how we can strengthen our collective efforts in realizing these rights for all. Dear colleagues, at the heart of the work of national human rights institutions lies a firm commitment to uphold economic, social and cultural rights. We believe that these rights are more than mere principles without effective value. They are foundational to human dignity, to human equality and justice, and represent the tangible realization of the principles of non-discrimination and equality. However, in addressing the growing disparities across the globe, the challenge lies in ensuring that these rights are respected, promoted, and fulfilled without leaving anyone behind. Inequality in access to healthcare, education, housing, and employment exacerbates poverty and exclusion, which means injustice. From the Portuguese Ombudsman's experience, ensuring equitable access to social services, especially for vulnerable groups such as older persons, people with disabilities, and ethnic minorities, has been a key priority. For example, during the COVID-19 pandemic, our office actively intervened to ensure socioeconomic support for individuals and specific groups especially affected. This response highlighted the importance of embedding social rights into energy responses, especially to avoid deepening inequalities. A key function of a national human rights institution is to act as a bridge between the government and the public, between policy and practice, ensuring that social rights are meaningfully fulfilled in the everyday lives of citizens. The Portuguese Ombudsman has adopted a proactive approach to address systemic inequalities and to ensure the fulfillment of social rights through several concrete initiatives in areas such as social security and pensions, housing, healthcare, and education, where public services face new challenges in a context of a limited resources. Despite a strong legal framework guaranteeing rights in Portugal, there are disparities in their practical implementation. As an example, the support provided by schools for children with special educational needs, including those with disabilities, is not sufficient, and this undermines equal opportunities. This requires us to call upon public authorities at both central and local levels to improve coordination and network collaboration, establishing effective mechanisms to better fulfill social rights. Ladies and gentlemen, while national human rights institutions like the Portuguese Ombudsman can contribute to important strides domestically, we need more international cooperation and more collaboration with international human rights mechanisms, such as the Office of the High Commissioner, to amplify our efforts. National human rights institutions are in a unique position to monitor the state's compliance with international human rights treaties, including on social rights, and to report on areas requiring improvement. We believe that the Office of the High Commissioner can further enhance this collaboration by continuing to facilitate capacity-building initiatives for national human rights institutions in monitoring and reporting on social rights, especially for those which are still in a process of consolidating their institutions. Moreover, the Office of the High Commissioner's role in supporting the achievement of Sustainable Development Goals, which have a strong focus on reducing inequalities, offers a valuable framework for states to implement their obligations concerning social rights. But despite best efforts, substantial challenges remain in fulfilling social rights, especially in the crisis context we live in. One way to address these challenges is to ensure that promotion and protection of social rights are embedded in public policies through a human rights-based approach to budgeting and resource allocation. Such an approach requires states to give priority to the most vulnerable groups when making decisions about the allocation of public resources, ensuring that their measures do not impact them in a strong negative way. To conclude, the promotion and protection of social rights are critical in addressing inequalities and ensuring that no one is left behind. As we look to the future, let us continue to prioritize the rights of the most vulnerable, especially in the face of socio-economic challenges, and ensure that social rights are not a secondary, but a necessary component of human dignity. Thank you.